All right, so what we're going to do now is I'm going to concentrate on our break lines here. So we have a break line here that's got some defined elevations, and we're also going to need one down the center here. So I'm going to start with this one here since it's already displayed, and kind of just like I did with the sidewalk, what I might do first is use my elevate lines command. So I'm going to deselect the line. I'm going to pick the elevate lines command. I'm going to use the intersecting line. And my intersecting lines, I know that this one's going to be one I want to intersect. This is going to be another one I want to intersect. And you can see it's going to pick up both of those. That looks like it should be good. And then the line I want to intersect is this one. And I'm going to click apply. So that raises it up, but we're not done because we still have to put in other vertical elevation points. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to right click and I'm going to edit. And you can see I'm on the vertical tab, so I can verify that these got picked up appropriately. I still need to put a high point in here, and I need to put in some other ones. Okay, so this one down here is where we're currently at. So there's our distance along, which is 0. And it's probably where this line here crosses. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come up to this line string. I'm going to pick on this one, and I can see that that point right there is 23. So that's fine. I'm going to pick this. Now, one of the other things that I can do is go to properties, and this is on that grade break. So I'm, again, just to make sure I'm keeping my layer standard and I'm building my template, I'm going to create a new layer called DTM-break and this is going to be for any miscellaneous line that's going to be a break line. Now, if you're not familiar with what a break line is, I'm going to call it or set it to green. Basically, a break line is going to help guide the triangulation of your surface. So you want break lines to define, breaks like crowns of roads, basically all the feature lines that we drew for the curbing. Those are all considered break lines. All right, but we're, instead of calling them a break line and a curb, we're just calling them a curb. But anywhere the ground makes a major change in direction, in simple terms, is known as a break line. Okay, so I'm just going to use this as a break line layer. And now I'm going to come in here and set some additional VPIs. So I'm going to come up here, over here, and I'm going to add a VPI. And I'm going to pick this, and I'm going to pick that. And now you can see it sets that elevation. Now I can come through here. We need to put a point at the center of this one and grab that high point. I'm going to work my way down here and do the same thing. Here you can see I'm just bringing my cursor over, and you can see how it kind of snaps into that corner. So that way I don't have to zoom in real tight. I can do this one, do this one. We're not crossing the existing because remember that's going to be gone. And we'll come over here. I'm going to grab this one, and then down here, same thing. I don't have an elevation point, so what I'm going to do in this case is I'm going to grab that point right there, and I'm going to grab that for the ground. Now, if I pick this, I pick here, that's the contour line. What I'm going to do is close this now, get out of this, and I need to probably turn on my other curb, which is my 1A, which I still have to elevate. So I must not have elevated this one in here. So I'll go through and I'll clean that one up as well. Yeah, so by turning on my stakeout sidewalk, I can see I missed this curb over here. So I'm going to go ahead and clean it up. So basically, I'm going to take this line and I'm going to copy it. So I'm going to go to my CAD. I'm going to copy. I'm going to relayer this one to my curbing, bottom of curb. Click apply. And again, I'm going to go from 0, 0 to 0, 0 and apply and close. So now I've got that DTM curbing, I can turn off my stakeout, right? And now I need to elevate this. So I'm going to edit, and I'm going to come in here, and the beginning line elevation is going to be this. So that should match up with my curve over here. And then it looks like I've got a elevation point there. So I'm going to go to my VPI here, and I'm going to add, basically, I'm just going to add in that contour. So that crossing line, I'm going to pick this one. And then for the elevation, I'm going to pick that contour. And then over here, we'll come in and zoom in on this and just pick a point. It's probably right there where that PC comes in, or that PT and that curve and that tangent meet. We'll go ahead and grab that one. And then down here, I'm just going to grab the end of this line. And you can see that spot shot is just telling me that it's in there somewhere. So there's that. So now that I have that, I just want to go back and modify this break line here and edit. And that should match that point there. So if I take this bottom curb, I need to put that point in too. So let me add another one in, and I'll just go to we'll go to the end of this line, which should match that. And that one should be, if I zoom out, should be 2017. So we'll make it there, save it. And then that way I won't have any, I won't have any flags when I build my surface. Okay. Now this line over here, for this crown, this break line, I need to basically just draw a line through these high points and these spot shots. So I could use the property line, but I'm just going to use a line string, and I'm just going to come in here, and this one's just going to be, we'll call it break line crown road, and we're going to put it on that DTM break line layer. I'm going to click OK. And then my coordinate, I'm going to come in here and I'm just going to pick that point there. It picks up that elevation. It's 23, 27, shows existing. I'm fine with that. I'm just going to leave it the way it is. I'm going to pick this, and then I'm going to come down here and we're going to snap to the center of that. And then we're going to snap to the center of this high point. So it's picking up those elevations, which is fine. I'm going to pick the center of this, and then we'll come down here and we'll come right into this contour here. Actually, let's just pick that line there, which is 21. And then what we can do is we can leave it. We don't really have to go all the way to it. It should pick up the crown, but you know what? Let's do it just to be sure. So I'm going to pick that point there. It picks up the elevation. Now, to be sure that we're picking up that elevation of that gutter pan, I don't necessarily have to go all the way through. If I zoom in, you can see that I'm actually picking up at that line right there, which is that gutter pan. So if I want to verify it, what I can do is come back over my horizontal, and I can come in here. I can right click and say along line snap. I can pick this distance along. I'm going to right click, pick station at crossing, pick this line here, and it is that elevation. So we're good there. All right, so that was just more of a check. So now we've got the break lines, and we can move on to the next feature.